Welcome back to Knights of the Old Republic. I took T3 for a spin, meaning I went all over Taris, and used every console there was left to use. I reactivated and optimized every droid you can find, and we were down to 5 spikes and 6 parts of thereabouts. So I had to buy more, and now we've got about 11 of each. Hopefully this will be enough to carry us through Taris, because at the last level we'll be able to manipulate a few consoles. We're back here, hopefully, right at the verge of talking to Canderous. I was running around with mission just a little bit. I didn't level up anything, I didn't have anything interesting happen, just so you know, but one thing was interesting actually. Do you remember a Black Volker base and lower level where there were the garages and swoop bikes where we had to steal the swoop accelerator?
Yeah?
At the entrance to that level, at the elevator, there was a droid, deactivated droid, and what you could have done with it is you could have repaired it and set it on patrol mode, or you could use those last 2 spikes to, instead of setting him on patrol mode, send him running into the blast doors that I said were bugged and can't be opened. And when he runs into that, he blows up and opens up the door, wherein there's another droid you have to defeat. It was pretty tough, actually, but then you're able to loot a little bit, and here's a screenshot of what you can get. As you can see, you're able to get 2,000 more credits, which I did. So at some point I had about 3 or 3,500 credits, but I went out and bought more spikes and parts, so now we're down to 800, which is very low. If I really want to get more money, I can start selling armor and shit, but I don't think I'll bother. Probably won't be necessary. Also, the other thing is that at the end of the Sith base, I picked up the armor, the light battle armor, which I promptly put on because it was better than what I was wearing. And also I collected a few more upgrade materials or upgrade items that I also put into weapons, so my team is now well equipped and shit. So before we start talking to Canderous, I'm gonna bore you a little bit more with leveling up mission, because we're not really gonna get more adventures with her, not too many, so might as well see how we can develop her just a bit further for our own amusement. Demolition, she's a pretty demolicious girl, isn't she? And then treat injury, of course, and anything else left? Remaining points too, maybe computer use. Fine, very good. And sneak attack 4, more damage from sneaking, that's what we get. Very, a thief with a golden heart, isn't she? True Robin Hood. All light side, but a thief and little gang member. Yeah, like we talked about in when we pitched Black Volkers and Hidden Becks against each other. So we're here. Hopefully I'll have enough parts to manipulate consoles and droids in the last level. And I'll have character selection here still, because I'm gonna be picking up Bastila so that she can use her magic to heal us in between the exploration. Right, so that would be it. That's everything I wanted to go over. And also, very important, the droid at the gas pool in Black Volker base didn't give you experience. So if you want to play this game and make use of repairing droids and get experience out of that, don't repair that one. That one gives you nothing. Very good. So let's talk to Canderous.
I figured you'd be back. Neither of us is getting off this planet unless we work together.
Yes,
Now,
unfortunate. Apparently we don't have any other option.
And I know it was you. I know you've got those departure codes I need. So what do you say? We join forces and I'm inside Davik's base and right to the Ebon Hall. We can go right now.
We should go right now. I've got nothing else left to do here. Unlike the first option suggests, I have a few things to take care of first. No, we don't. We do have opened side quests, but we're not finishing them, because fuck this place and fuck other people. We've got our own goals. Okay, let's join up, but how are we going to get me inside Davik's estate? Sorry, I'm not interested. Forget it, I don't trust you. So, do we not do the main quest? The only thing we're really obliged to do, or I'm obliged to do here, the only thing that constitutes this game and win conditions? Probably not. Then, okay then, let's join up. But how are we going to get me inside Davik's estate?
Davik's always looking to recruit new talent. I'll tell him how you won that swoop race and mention that you're interested in working for the exchange. I'll say I brought you in so he could check you out. He'll have you stay at his estate for a couple of days while he runs some background checks on you. That's standard procedure. While Davik's checking you out, we steal the Ebon Hawk and escape Taris. Come on, I've got an airspeeder nearby to take us to Davik's estate. The sooner we're off Taris, the better.
He's gonna be checking me out, you're saying? Is that what you're saying? That makes me feel uncomfortable. Kendris has joined your party. I of course think... Oh yeah. Little pro tip. Kendris has a special cybernetic implant that regenerates minor wounds, meaning he gets 1 health back every 6 seconds. And party selection screen after all, so we have to take Kendris. Oh, we have to take... We're not going to be taking Bastel after all then, because we need the skill monkey, which is T3 and 4. And that's going to make things a little bit more complicated. I'm going to take the skill monkey. These ships have this weird heartbeat sound accompanying them. I can hear it, can you? Isn't this majestic? Space is pretty cool, I don't know if you know. That's why Star Wars is cool. Amongst other things. I like the wizardry as well.
You summoned me, Lord Malik.
The search for Bastel is taking too long. We cannot risk her escaping Taris. Destroy the entire planet.
The entire planet, Lord Malik? But there are billions of people on Taris. We'd be slaughtering countless innocent civilians, not to mention our own men still on the surface.
Your predecessor once made the mistake of questioning my orders, Admiral. Surely you are not so foolish as to make the same mistake.
Of course not, my Lord Malik. I will do as you command, but it will take several hours to position our fleet.
Then I suggest you begin immediately. You are dismissed, Admiral.
Yes, Lord Malik.
It's quite interesting that they didn't use some sort of stock library of animations and they deliberately animated Admiral here with this cowardice and restraint at the bridge in that scene. It's pretty cool.
Taris, I see you've brought someone with you. Most intriguing, if I do say so myself. You usually travel alone.
It's not like you to take on partners, Taris.
Oh, it's him.
Watch yourself, Calo.
Yeah,
you may be
bitch.
the newest calf hound in the pack, but you aren't top dog yet.
Enough. I won't have my
He might
top
just
two
end
men
up being a
killing
bottom
each other.
feeder.
That's not good business. I'm sure Candaris has an explanation as to why he's not working solo anymore.
This is a special case, Davik. I ran into someone the exchange might want to recruit. You may have heard something of their exploits already.
Ah, yes. Now I recognize your companion. The rider who won the big swoop race. Very impressive, as was your display in the rather heated battle afterwards.
Oh, so that's also a public knowledge? Great. So, hey, you might have heard about this guy. What did he do? You know, things. Didn't you hear? Possibly, I heard a lot of things done by a lot of people. Which one was done by whom here? Who are you? Can you be more specific, Candaris? Yes. So that's the scene here. Before that, Star Wars The Old Republic and Knights of the Old Republic has this strange ability to give you a scene about which your character should have no idea about, but then ends up explaining it or presenting the outcome of this situation to you reasonably anyway, so you learn about it, so your character learns about it, which is pretty cool, I'd say. And that's something I wanted to comment on. And also, well, we have to go through this conversation. This conversation is going to be quite long, I'm afraid. So, are we second up to a big boss now? Are we being prideful? Are we probably being prideful? Bridget had to learn that double crossers tend to end up dead. I didn't know you were a Swoop fan. Right, so we can small talk him, or at least say, well, or rather, just go ahead and tell him what we think about this whole situation. I'm gonna go with 3 after all. Bridget had to learn that double crossing or double crossers tend to end up dead.
An important lesson to learn, no doubt. In my line of business,
You'd
I've
do
seen far
good
too
not to
many
do
people
that to me.
suffer for not understanding it. With the recommendation from Taris and a thorough background check, you could become part of the exchange. Many would kill to prove themselves worthy of this honor.
They probably do. So again, do we not do the main quest? We probably have to. We should play along, I'd say. Your offer intrigues me, Davik.
Come with me. I will give you a tour of my operations. I'm certain you'll be most impressed. Ah, there she is. The Ebonhawk. My pride joy, the fastest ship in the Outer Rim. Note the state-of-the-art security system I've had installed to protect her. The shields are completely impregnable. Nobody can get past them without the codes to try and steal my baby. Unfortunately, the Sith military blockade has grounded my vessel. The Ebonhawk can outrun any vessel in the galaxy. But even she isn't fast enough to avoid the auto-targeting laser cannons of the orbiting Sith fleet. I am, of course, working on acquiring the Sith departure codes so that I may come and go as I please.
Yes, you are.
Progress has been slow. But we should continue our tour.
Of course. I wonder if the shields are about the hangar or the ship.
These
If the
will be your
shields are
accommodations. The slave quarters are
impenetrable.
just down the hall. If you need anything during your stay, food, a massage, feel free to call upon their services. If all goes well with your background check, you will be invited to join the exchange. I'd advise you to accept the offer when it comes, or suffer the dire consequences of refusal.
Why would you threaten anyone not to join your operation? Is it already... It's like, is the cover blown? Don't everyone already know you're a crime lord? What secrets are you holding in? Why would I not have the choice, really? Anyway, let's be blunt. Am I a prisoner here?
Will stay in these rooms as my guest for the next few days. I will not accept no for an answer. Feel free to visit the slave quarters at any time during your stay. I must warn you that if you are found anywhere outside the guest wing during your stay, or if you bother my other guests, my security forces will deal with you most harshly. I will return after the investigation into your background is complete. Until then, make yourself comfortable. Come, Callow. Let us leave our guests in peace.
So here we are, at the point of no return on Taris.
Okay, we're inside. Now all we have to do is figure out a way to get past the Ebonhawk security system, and we can get the rest of your group off this planet. No sense waiting around here, though. The sooner we get off Taris, the better.
Yeah, so like I said, impenetrable shields. Are the shields in a hangar blocking us from entry, or are the shields on the ship somehow? And that makes the ship not being able to be destroyed. Undestructible, essentially, because he said the shields are unpenetrable. If they're unpenetrable on the ship, why are we worried about Sith blockade and autocannons? We can just fly through and tank the hits, right? Right. Now, Kandris. Let's level him up. Are we solo? No, we're not. So Kandris is a warrior. And soldier, warrior. And he's weird, because we already have a warrior. His name is... what was his name? Karthanasi. He was dual-wielding, so that would seem like it's a damage dealer. So he maybe should be a tank, you know, like a shield and heavy armor, as opposed to a warrior that just cuts quickly. But you don't really get things like taunt or any ability to direct enemy attention to you, so you just have to stand in the door and tank hits while the rest of the party is supposed to be just behind you and shooting across. What his deal is that he's able to use heavy weapons, and that's should be like a way to you know, deal more damage, but isn't he supposed to be a tank? I guess there isn't such a role here, so he is a ranged character, and I don't know, well, we're gonna be leveling him up, so we'll probably get to the point where we put in attributes in him. We're going with rapid shots, because that's another attack, and that's more damage. At least so far, level 6. Probably one more, probably not. We're already level 6, so already one attribute increase is behind us, unfortunately. Skills, of course, treat injury, because he's got too little of anything to be useful. And now, here we are. What can we give him? Dual wielding. That's Karth's deal. We're not giving him melee since he's got the ability to wield heavy weapons proficiently. We can't improve his ways of shooting. We can give him critical sniper shot, which improves criticals, but that's not too cool. We can let him learn more things, teach him skills, or just make him the tank we always wanted him to be by giving him vitality, and that's probably what we're gonna do. Improved toughness. Hardly any other choice there, but also equipment. What can we give him? Military suit 6, 5... What's his stats again? Strength 15, dexterity 12. See? So he should be some sort of tank, you think. He's got the strength for it. So maybe we should have built him up with melee weapons. But that's again the spec for the Wookiee, for Zalbar. So he's getting this void of not being really useful for anything, unfortunately for him, and we're stuck with him just because of the plot. And he's not getting any plot armor, let me tell you that. 2 advances in dexterity to get any bonus to aiming, 1 to strength to fight harder. Really difficult. Fortunately, we don't have to deal with that problem right now. We just need to equip him. So the bigger armor bonus, the better. Military suit it is then. Is that full? Yeah, so let's give him some started one. Save will, that's gonna be useful for him because warriors are not known for that. Saves reflexes, that's something that could help him out as well. Bludgeoning, not really many things can do that to him. Well, let's see here. He's got an implant slot, which I would expect he would have occupied by the implant presented to us at the beginning of the shit when he was joining our party. So does he have it as a feat? Does he have a feat of implants? No. We can teach him to learn. We can teach him to stab himself with some computer things so that it works for his benefit. But not now, I guess. Not now. We already blew that option. There we go. 2 to 11 damage, upgradable and ranged, and we don't have any upgrades for him. And that's that. Great. So, here we are. Like I said, a point of no return. Alright, one more thing. It's a pretty good idea to have your own character be the skill monkey, because you always have your main character with you, so you can always level him up to the fullest potential and have him use all the things, all the consoles and droids to fix that, so you never miss out on this if you decide to take someone else with you to help you out with combat, instead of have a lousy ass fucking droid that can't do fighting, and Candra's who doesn't really know who he wanna be, and also us that's holding off on levels and thinking about multi-classing even more. In the meantime, we're gonna try to visit slaves, and I'll have you know about the point of no return. The point of no return is we're here. We can't escape this place other than through Ebon Hawk. So all these things that we haven't done up until this point cannot be finished, because we just heard that Malak ordered the entire fleet to bomb Taris. And spoiler alert, they're gonna bomb Taris to dust and glass. everyone's gonna be dead, city's gonna be in ruin. Everyone we knew, we met, essentially gonna end up dead. Every nicety you did is meaningless, essentially, because it goes... every good deed goes unpunished. Well, how does it go? No good deed goes unpunished. And here's your punishment. It doesn't matter. You'll never see these people again. Everything is inconsequential. The gameplay way of dealing with this problem...
To the slave quarters, Master.
Oh.
Here we have succulent fruits and berries to tempt
Yeah,
your palate,
fruits.
as well as luxurious baths to soothe your aches and pains.
Now this is my kind of place.
Would you like a relaxing massage? Whatever your desire, we are here to serve.
Yes, I would like to have a sexual massage and shit. If you had Bastila with you on this trip, she would complain. I don't know what would anyone else do. Taris likes it, I like it, T3 seems to be indifferent. So I never bothered really bringing out everyone here because there's only one reason to carry anyone here. Well, essentially, you're either gonna aid yourself with combat or with skills, and I chose skills this time because experience. How about some information?
But what could I possibly tell you? It is forbidden for slaves to leave this room on pain of torture and death.
Also, I think it's fine if you're a female. You can talk to either female or male Twi'lek over there and have them massage you every which way you want. You can be bi, you can be homo, you can be straight in this game, but only low-key. So we can't upset too much of the audience if homosexuality is so blatant, I guess. Let's persuade her into talking a little bit at least. Tell me what I want to know, and I'll tell Davik how pleased I was with your performance.
Praise from the guest is a valuable commodity here. Davik
Yeah,
rewards the slaves
amongst
who perform
three
their
of you.
duties well. I will tell you what I know. Davik rarely lets us leave the slave quarters. We only know what we hear from Davik's guests. Recently, they've all been talking about poor Hudro. He was caught
Who's
trying
that?
to steal some spice from the lab. Normally, Hudro is allowed to get away with things like that because he's Davik's personal pilot for the Ebon Hawk. But since the Sith have grounded every ship on the planet, Hudro doesn't get any more special treatment. They've locked him up in Davik's torture chambers.
Wow, this is absolutely useless information. Where is that torture chamber?
I think you can get there through the hall behind the west door of Davik's throne room. Just keep going west from the slave quarters and you'll see the throne room. But Davik's certain to have guards patrolling the area. If you leave the guest wing, they'll shoot you on sight. Please, I don't know anything else.
No. Just get on your knees
As you
and do
wish,
what you do
Master.
best.
You will find this most relaxing.
I'm expecting
If you
that.
would come with me into the massage room at the back.
This is a weird predicament that you
I
can't really
trust
get out
you
of
are satisfied
without
with
fight.
the service. I have received many compliments on my skills from previous clients.
Yeah, it was fine. Let's not be mean. There is no need. They're gonna die anyway, like I mentioned, so we can go all in or just not good enough. I guess there is no middle way, I guess. I often praise this game for letting you pick and choose, like a real RPG, different shades of grey, but it turns out there isn't too many shades of grey after all. Let's be nice, I guess, because Slave was obedient. It was everything I ever dreamed. You are truly an expert in your craft.
Thank you, kind sir. I hope you will express your appreciation to Davik. He often rewards those slaves who perform their duties well. Is there anything else you require?
No, that's fine.
Of course. Return whenever you wish to partake of what is offered here. We exist only to serve you.
Hopefully. I would take you with me. I don't know if it's possible. Let's pretend that it is. I'm gonna participate in my headcanon escort mission that brings those slaves over onto the Ebon Hawk, so they can serve me more, along with that cleaning lady we saved from Black Volko base. Right. So this predicament cannot be escaped without combat, I don't think. If you try to explore, these are guest chambers, so you enter somebody else's house, or or dwelling, and don't be upset like Davik said, so they will call up guards and shit will go down immediately. If you leave this wing, shit will go down immediately. There isn't a place you can hack a console to disable any alarm, so you can roam around and pretend to sneak it. But I guess that's the situation we're in. And the situation we're in is, like I said, everything is over. So the best way of playing this game, and well, at least on repeated playthroughs, is milk everyone for all they're worth. Take everything you can. Gain money, because you're not coming back here. There won't be a chance to gain that money again. This money is lost. Just like with any quest, really, but you can't come back here later just because you got a ship and now you can travel around just to cash in on that on those credits in case you're low on it. You should do all the bounties, all the ring, arena missions, really everything. All that gives you dark side points, because you're gonna be extorting people, we're gonna be taking things for free. And that'll be that. And that's a big spoiler, because it's also difficult to say what a spoiler really is. Some might give you a lame excuse or lame definition that a spoiler is whatever ruins your enjoyment of the medium. But I'd be more specific by saying the spoiler is something that changes your perspective on the medium. So if you knew that everyone here on the entire planet of Taris is gonna die, would you still be a paragon? Would you try to help people? They will all die. They will die in approximately an hour of our real time. And, you know, right? Of our real time. They'll all be dead. So why not get everything that's worth it? All the... Here. All the promised land. Rukiel's apprentice. All the promised land is gonna be razed. Turned into glass. Ragul serum is not going out of the planet. You can get money for it, or you can help people in need on the planet who'll end up dead because the whole planet was bombed. Infected outcasts, the same. You might have helped them, you might have eased their pain, they're gonna be dead anyway. Nothing really means anything, and people often skip this part. And I don't know, well, like there are mods that allow you to skip this entire planet, because it's gonna be ruined, I guess, and you're not getting to the important part of the game. You can skip it, but why would you? You can get experience, you can learn or experience the characters. Spend some time in a game, soak up the atmosphere, get yourself into those role-playing conflicts where you have to side yourself and define yourself in conflict, whether you're light side or dark side, to choose those options. The Doris in the cage, killing him, letting him live, he ends up dead anyway. So it only scores your alignment here for force powers later on, as if that's applicable. Not really, not really. Yeah. Only score up alignment, only get credits, only get experience. And I'm still expecting the game to be experienced enough to let me get to 20th level without pretty much doing side quests at all, anywhere. Right, so this is where we're gonna stop. We're in the estate. We're gonna be doing a lot of hacking and annoying everyone and murder to get to Ebon Hawk. So they'll die before everyone else, I guess. Thanks for sticking by. Hopefully you enjoyed. And hopefully you will enjoy more episodes of video games that I play for you for free. Bye for now.